Green Hornet, the movie from 2011, starring Seth fucking Rogen, is a perfectly fine movie. Hmm. It is a perfect, average, mediocre 5 out of 10. Just like Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man installment. It is that well written and well executed and acted and well objectifying. This and inconsistency, and also, in terms of tone, and poorly edited and rush job feels like of a product, with unfinished polish to the effects. Sometimes the effects stand out, I notice. All the time, the effects look fairly good, but you just can't win with this movie. How's the acting? Well, terrible. Because you can tell everyone's just reading this just doing this for a paycheck. And there's something to admire of Kristen Dunst and Seth Rogen and the entire cast of Green Hornet completely phoning it in and not giving a shit and half-assing it with their delivery on their lines. There's something to be admire. The fact they just choose not to care in acting or, twinking the effects and fine tuning the detail, the finishing, polishing the effects of the CGI and stuff, and mixing with the practical effects, even though they can't do that right. Well, yeah. Green One is a failure when it comes to visually being spectacle, basically on any almost on any level for 2010 era. But this came on 2011 to be exact. I'll give this way, it still looks a whole lot better than any of the Avenger effects that I've seen on the big screen for the Avengers within the MCU Avengers up to Endgame from previous to Endgame. Within the MCU timeline movies. So yeah, the Green Hornet is about as good as every MCU movie that I've seen within the MCU from Iron Man 2002. Fuck. Mm, yeah, to The one that mm, Quantum Mania started off in that phase of movies to that one. The green one is a 5 out of 10 of a movie. And Green Hornet is called Reeve is unlike a piece of shit who I want to die. And sadly, his character never gets murdered. He is a useless hero, an incompetent one, and can't do anything competent or right in his life. He is, like his father said, a loser. Who's played by Seth Rogen. Oh, and this is pretty boy called Kato, who can do all these incredible things but can't swim. For his life does depend on it, and he cannot swim for shit. He can just drown. But don't worry, Seth Rogen's sidekick gets saved by Seth Rogen. And no, Kato does not have a superhero name like the Green Hornet does. He's just called Kato. Oh, and he wears get this, he wears a butler suit. And he's Asian. And he wears a mask to cover his. And besides wearing no, he doesn't wear a butler suit. Not a butler suit. Limo driver suit. Superheroes usually have costumes or disguises. Well, Kato has the most dumbest disguise. He has a limo driver suit as his costume. Oh, and he wears a mask. Green Hornet. Um, Costume's not worth talking about much. But it looks fairly well made if it got it from Target. If it was made from Target, from the costume section where the kids are all shop in the costume section at Target. That is how well made his costume is, and how brilliant his costume is designed and attention to detail, and that's enough said. Look, I'm not impressed. Don't know why. Maybe it could be a different shade of green. His costume could be a darker shade of green, maybe be nice, or I don't know, something's missing. It's his costume, I feel like, you know? Maybe it's just because I'm precious to fat superheroes concept. Same reason why I'm precious to anorexic superheroes. Just the concept. I don't know. Look, Green Hornet can't fight for shit. In fact, he has this little gas gun that knocks out people, and he has this green gun that shoots green farts at people that knocks people out and puts them to unconscious like instantly. You can make his sidekick Kato for that, his butler also. Un Wait, Kato's off his butler? Practically, I think. Well, not butler, one of his servants, I believe, who cooks and prepares his meals. Or his coffee in this case. And teaches him how to have coffee. How he likes his coffee and how it's made. Kato and Reeves say the weirdest, gayest shit to each other. To a point you expect they're about to jerk each other off. It never happens, thank God. Because that'd be weird. If for a PG to see that in PG-13 movie. So, um, the Green Hornet. Now I'm going to talk about the story, okay? So Red Reese is this poor diabetic fat kid who loves superheroes and loves playing with superhero toys and got a black eye because he lost a fight. Even though he stick up to bullies for they're picking on a girl, and his father's disappointed in him and rips off the head of his action figure in front of his face. And makes the boy cry to tears. And yells and lectures the boy. And says that it does not matter to stand up to bullies. It matters if you win the fight. So he sent to told the boy to get out of his sight. And this cuts to Reese in his adult years being a total jackass and getting drunk and partying with the ladies. And dancing under a girl's ass. And partying and drinking, and sabotaging the hotel room with tons of beautiful women invited. And he's the only guy there. And he's a full-grown adult now, legal to drink and everything, play by his own rules, and throwing away his own money. Being an irresponsible jackass, living life to his full potential as a douche. A loser. So, then one day, his father dies of a bee sting. And the whole public memorializes him and says what a great man he was. And really looks up to him and hope one day he too can be like his father. And not such a disgrace and a shithead that he is. And has potential to be good like his father. And not just waste his life. There's basically he's getting all these universal directions telling him. And then he can't take it and fires everybody that worked for his dad. Now he's the CEO of his father's company. What an idiot. Because he hates his father. Because his father traumatized him, so he never got over it. At one time, as all. That one after that time, so. So. He's a little pissed everyone's saying good things about his dad. And that's where he meets Kato. And that's where they bond. And that's where the relationship starts bossing over the hatred to the father. Being a total shithead. But, as I say, like father, like son, the Green Hornet is Green Hornet is in the apple does not fall far from the tree, I say, in that respect. So Seth Rogen calls up Kato after and calls him back and hires him after firing him yesterday because he's the one that can make him his right coffee right. Of how he likes it. Because he doesn't know how to make coffee for shit. Nobody else does except for Kato. So he's his coffee boy. His coffee that I. Funny. So Gail comes, makes his coffee. They bond over the shithead of the father after opening out and how much of a shithead his father was and how cool Kato is. First discovering how cool Kato is and blah blah blah. And they bond. They decide to get revenge and justice by vandalizing his father's statue with Kato's help and decapitating his father's head off the statue. That the public memorialized him for in his honor. Public vandalism. We like these guys, don't we? Are we opposed to? I'm not sure. Who cares? This is funny. So anyway, this is fun, stupid. And they get caught. Almost get caught by the the police. And then he ditched them, and then he stopped their first crime together as duo dynamic Green Hornet and Kato. And they don't do shit because Kato does everything. And Green Hornet can't fight. He's too fucking slow. And he throws the weakest punches. We see, by example, it takes him too long to finish punching the guy and knocking the guy out cold. Because he has no fighting skills. He tries to gain them by getting them in shape, but that's not helping. So Kato creates this gun for him. Or a gas gun that knocks people out. And the reason why Kato doesn't have a gun or any weapon because he says it's because it makes you look cool. That's his way of saying that he's special. And then Greenhorn's not buying it, so he just comes out and says, "You have no fighting spirit." Oh, it's funny because it's true. The Green Hornet is a fucking joke. But this movie is stupid. Plays playing stupid pills, going around and drinking stupid Kool-Aid of the stupid Kool-Aid it drinks and produces and makes. This movie does. Do you ever wonder why we have belly buttons? I just wonder that. I also wonder, why do we have nipples? I'm funny. Okay, I get why we have skin, but why do we have fingernails? Like, what's the point of them? I never understood that. Maybe this is for show. I have hair on my chest. I just noticed that.